Testing, testing. How y'all doing? This is Moon Goddess. I had to jump up here right quick. Testing. How y'all doing? This is Moon Goddess. I had to jump up here right quick. Checking my volume, making sure everything sounds good. Checking my volume, making sure everything. Okay, I just want to get up here because I'm just a little confused about what's going on. I've been on a few content creators no, not panels, but I've been in the chat listening at this the situation about Monique, and I want to play a little bit of it. Let's see. Do see what people think. Try to play this about where she everybody know that Monique went on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and I wasn't gonna look at. Oh, shoot, let me pause this. I wasn't gonna look at the interview because I've been following her for a while and what she had went through in the industry, and I thought it was terrible how she said that Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, they had blackballed her and stuff like that, and how it took all those years for her to be able to, even get an apology from Tyler Perry, and then she had to sue Netflix. Now, I'm not sitting up here saying that. Honestly, I was on her side. I don't know all of the pure intentions or whether she was doing it just for herself or whether she was doing it for everybody else. I can only go by what she said. And also, I know that by her doing something like that, it would make positive changes for others because we know in the music industry, I mean, even the comedy industry, we know that there is unfair treatment amongst women of color, men of color versus the other, you know, um, races of people. There's a disparity in the pay and all this and that. So we know that to be true from what we have heard from recently. The what is it? The strikes and stuff, and then the actresses coming out saying how they are paid, and the pay range is different based on men versus women and different colors of people and whatnot. It's a lot of racism in Hollywood allegedly based upon skin color. So if that's happening there, then it's probably going on in the comedian sector too, the comic sector of the business. So yeah, so I really been behind her. It was a matter of fact from the beginning, it was a lot of people that wasn't behind her with her rants about how she felt about being blackballed from the movie Precious, even though she got an award, a Grammy or whatever. But I've always been like Team Monique about that situation. Well, you know, now, when she talked about boycotting Netflix, we were still in the era of Pisces, so I wasn't on that train because nobody was gonna boycott Netflix. But maybe she had a point, maybe she didn't. But at the same time, I don't know. She's always been funny to me. A lot of people say she's not funny to them. It was a lot of people that wasn't behind Monique until like fast forward when she won that lawsuit or whatever, or settled. No, she did. She settled with Netflix. So if there wasn't any reason, for them to pay her, they wouldn't have settled with her. So whether we like it or not, or whether we like her or not, or whether we think that she's funny or not, they did settle with her, and it was an undisclosed amount. When I looked at her net worth, it was like what 8 or 10 million in before 2024, but now it's looking like it's 35. So I don't know. That's not all the way true. But at the same time, regardless if she was gonna get paid or not, she stood on what she believed in for herself, and I'm sure it has helped others to come forward. Because if you fast forward and you look, you see Taraji P Henson and others coming forward now talking about it. So it did help other people. But as I was on the chats today, I looked and I seen a couple of content creators talking about maybe they got an inside scoop on her husband or whatever, but they was talking about her husband and how they think that he is a leech, and and how he's not making any money, which I mean, maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But at the end of the day, I look at it like that's her business. That's not none of my business. They were like, go get a job and whatnot. I think he's a manager. I'm not defending him or whatever, because it's possible that he could be that, what they say allegedly. He could be a leech. He could be, they said, even said some of the content creators and either people in the chat were saying her husband is something like her pimp. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But at the end of the day, she is right. People have a problem with her taking her husband everywhere she goes. And maybe that's unusual in Hollywood. I don't know. Maybe that's unusual because I know when I was married, my husband was my manager too. So, and he did go everywhere with me for the most part when he was my manager. And I was into the music thing. So I know that probably was weird because even in the music area, at the level I was at, it seemed like those guys that was like producers was trying to hit on me. So it was probably uncomfortable for my husband to be with me because it's a lot of nefarious stuff going on even in the gospel arena, the inspirational music. But anyway, I'm not gonna get far off. But I just wanted to play this clip of her talking about how she recorded Tyler Perry, and on the show he's like, no, you didn't record. And I know he was kind of scared, and I'm sure because he's levels and he don't want to step on the wrong toes and get his channel taken. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of this. Yeah. She's talking about how she recorded him.
Uh-oh.
What did you hear that man saying?
Mm-mm.
What did he say?
Oh, you put him in a predicament, didn't you, Minnie?
We sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I
Oh,
want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying?
uh-oh.
What did you hear that man saying?
Mm-mm.
What did he say?
Oh, you put him in a predicament, didn't you, Minnie?
We sent you the audio
Okay,
of
that's
Tyler
not him.
Perry.
I got
I
the
don't
one
want
of
you to
him
take me at
actually.
my word.
Oh,
I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying?
uh-oh.
What did you
Okay, now I'm gonna play the audio of Tyler Perry. I guess he's apologizing and admitting that he blackballed her. Now nobody talking about this. They only talking about. I noticed these content creators talking about. What gets me is they talking about how sorry her husband is and how he's a leech and all this and that. And I'm like, wow, like, and when I said something, I noticed when I said something in a couple of the content creators chats, they didn't like that I wasn't agreeing with them. So they were like, no, I'm not hating on her. And it seems some of the people in the chat said they must be getting paid. I don't know. Maybe they know some I don't know. It could be that they know some I don't know, but I'm like, that's not my business. I'm not in those people's bedrooms. I'm not in her household or whatever. I don't know what's going on. That's her manager. If she want to pay him or whatever, that's their business. I don't think that that's something that I should be concerned about. And I don't think that if I don't agree with you, You shouldn't be putting me in timeout. I shouldn't be getting, you know what I'm saying, targeted as far as like in the chats because I'm not agreeing. It was a lot of people not agreeing, and I have my own mind. That's why I stopped following a lot of these people because it just seems like sometimes they be on point, but then sometimes they have an agenda, and if you're not with the shits and stuff, they get mad with you. And I ain't never been with no cult. I left, you know what I'm saying, I left the church when I was a teenager because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, that the people were being led in the wrong direction. I'm a leader. I'm not no follower because the information that I get from up here, I channel this same information. It's all within me. So I'm not, no, I'm not. When you follow people, that's why you got to go within and look for, you know, the answer within yourself. Because if you follow these people, you'll mess up every time. That's, you know what I'm saying? You'll mess up. You gonna mess up following the people because if they get all base, then you follow them and worship them, you'll get all base too. So yeah, yeah. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes. I don't do this, you know what I'm saying, to try to manipulate people or whatever. Yeah. So let me see what this is. Um, so we got here. Ain't nobody talking about this. They talking about her ugly, her sister. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's women. It's women. We don't listen to a little bit of this. It's women that's doing this too. And I'm sure it's some men. You know, and I know DL usually she said some things about Daryl, Kevin Hart, um, and I'm pretty sure that they didn't like it. I don't hear Kevin Hart really saying anything about the fact that he was supposed to help her with her studio production and she didn't hear no one and they were pretty close. But I know DL went in, but I don't understand how DL can be mad because he told us his business. He told us about the baby and the daughter thing with the friend, and so he told us that and I shook my head because that's a lot to admit. I mean, that's a lot to admit, but I don't know. I could know that
Full audio of the phone call between Tyler Perry, Monique, and Sydney, where Tyler Perry apologizes to Monique. I previously shared the audio in part, but I wanted to share with you guys the full audio so you can have a full context of what is going on between them. And if you recall, Monique feels like she's been blackballed and that she's received unfair treatment in Hollywood because she's been said to be hard to work with, allegedly by people like Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey. Monique has publicly accused Tyler Perry, along with Lee Daniels and Oprah Winfrey, of contributing to her being blackballed in Hollywood. And she claims this happened after she refused to campaign for Precious during award season without additional pay. Monique has shared that she felt unsupported and unfairly treated by these three influential figures in particular. Now, Tyler Perry has had a complicated relationship with Monique. And some people would say he has a complicated relationship with the truth. But in this private conversation, which she did appear to legally record, you'll hear Tyler Perry and Monique speak, and he acknowledges some of the issues that she's raised.
Because you've not answered that question. That's a very simple question.
I said to you earlier, Sydney, that wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't think that was fair.
But what would you want to be done, sir?
How would you want it fixed, Tyler?
How would you want that fixed?
And
How would I want one fixed?
let me tell you.
The reputation, how would I want that fixed?
Let me tell you.
What exactly are you asking?
Let me tell you. So that because and my husband is that part of our team that he has the business conversations. I'm the part of the team that you saw May 13th on the stage. So what I would ask you is, because you're talking in Tyler Perry language, I would ask you to let Monique talk to Medea. Because when you start talking the Tyler Perry language, brother, you talk like you don't get it. Right, nigga. Right. You gotta laugh at it because you know. See, let me tell you. Let me tell you, Tyler. When I watch your movies, I dig Medea. And you know why I dig her? You know why I dig her, Tyler?
Because she could be your mother.
You know why I dig her? You know why I dig her? Because that bitch is real to her gut. And she don't give a fuck how I come out. She don't give a fuck how it's taken. But everybody knows she love you, but she gonna tell you the real shit. See, when you stepped away from Medea and you became Tyler Perry, the billionaire, this is the conversation you're having. Like, well, guys, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? See, you a brother that slept in your car. And you needed niggas to fight for you to get you up out the goddamn car. See, your mama that you love so dearly. See, this is when I know that the powers that be and everybody saying on the radio and everybody saying on the media, oh my God, it's Oprah and Tyler. They're the ones that can employ her. Why ever would she say it? Because I love them niggas. That's why I'm saying it. Because I'm tired of reading the stories 100 years from now where we had to go through this shit and we watch our brothers and sisters die and suffer in silence and in poverty, and we know they was right. So what I'm saying to you is, Medea, make Tyler's ass step his ass up. I'm talking to Medea right now. Medea, I need you to pull Tyler's ass in the back and say, baby, you watching this sister and you watching her family starve. You're watching it. And you're saying, what do you want me to do? Listen, don't you play with that baby like that. You know the shit y'all did was wrong to her. You gave charity, you gave them $400,000 to $500,000 to charity, and you know that bitch got $50,000. Where's my pistol, Brown? Where's my pistol? Because I need to shoot this nigga. Now, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to shoot him in his ass to let him know Medea's mad as shit right now. Right. See, that's why I'm talking to my brother. So I appreciate you calling me. I do. I appreciate you calling us. But when you call me, what you going to do?
Whatever money is coming in for Precious, and I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it over to you. Whatever it is, I'm sending it to you.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, and I want to talk again.
I'm gonna write you a check on it seriously because no, hear me, because this is the thing about this. And when we start talking about this one doing this and this one doing that, and black people doing this, black people doing that, what we understand about that is this: where we are right now and what we're trying to do, we got some opportunities that a lot of most people didn't have. So what I don't want you to feel one day, not one day, is that you were mistreated or that you were treated unfairly. Now, if that means that that's what I need to do, then you do that. You do that. You take that and take it from a place of love.
Let me tell you where I'm gonna take it from. I'm gonna take it from it's business, and I'm gonna take it from my brother saying, listen, yo, this is what y'all was supposed to get.
No, here's the thing, brother.
Well, I don't know what you were supposed to.
Here's what we're saying is, when you say, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm gonna send you the check. Listen, not charity, brother. We don't, because see, what happens is, what's not going to take place on our watch is this. I wrote a check for something that came in, and it's one of those things where you're missing the point. And we believe enough in the universe to understand that, listen, when a person comes to you sincerely with understanding what it is that you're talking about, versus just saying, I'm going to find out what it is and I'm going to write a check. Now it's in the tabloids, you wrote us a check because, I know you flew Whitney Houston in on your private jet. You gave TD Jakes $1 million. And the way that this is being done, it's like, don't throw us no chump change, because we had to go through a movie audit with Lee for monies that he didn't get. And they're saying that he did something with the money from the movie. Okay. These are the things that we had to deal with. So to speak about the dollars that you're going,
that's the thing that I have to deal with too, because I bought the movie to Lionsgate.
listen to what I'm saying though. But listen, Tyler. This is what I need you to hear me. Hold on. In life, you can't walk around mad at everybody because one person did something to you. You must be able to compartmentalize where your frustrations lie. So when you say that you had the things going on with the movie, and then you had it with Lee, and then Monique, you're lumping everyone together. And that's what people of color have a tendency of happening to them. They're all this way. See, if you just focus specifically on the interaction with Monique and yourself and it ain't never been anything but cordial, even in times of disagreement, because our thing is, we're not looking to, it's like we said on the podcast, who in the hell wrote the story about how David stepped to Goliath and said, let's roll, dog. Let's me and you get down. Y'all are Goliaths. We just the Davids. We not in no position to be trying to start. We're not looking to try to start any beef. But at the end of the day, all I'm asking you in your private time, because it's not going to happen right now on the phone, all I ask you in your private time is, how would you want to be treated if you were in a situation where people or a person put out something false about you? Then someone said that they didn't have the same experience with you. They're glad that they had a great experience with.
This is why I'm having trouble answering that question.
82歳のおばあさんが英語をペラペラ喋り出した理由。今からこの3分間のビデオで82歳の
Let me stay with the question, because you make a good point. Let me stay with the question. The question is, what would you want someone to do for you who said things about you and or mentioned things about you, alluding to the difficulties that they had with you, all because you chose. I'm not finished. All because you chose. How can you answer something and I'm not finished?
Okay, well, let me answer part of the question, and then you give me the other part. How about that?
Can you do me a favor? Can you, since you called up to have a real conversation, typically I know you used to directing, but what I need you to do is just hear me out man to man. And that is this. How would you feel if someone says something about you that you were not contractually obligated to do? What would you want them to do to make that right? And it don't have nothing to do with money.
If somebody had said that, let me just try to be in the position. If somebody had come along and said, Tyler's difficult, he's terrible to work with, he's not going to do anything that you want him to do. If they said all those things, right? If that's what the rumor was, and there were other people who knew that was not to be true, I would want those people to stand up and say that's not true.
So, will you and Oprah do that?
I can't speak for Oprah.
Will you do that?
It's my experience. I certainly can. I've never worked with Monique. All I can speak for is my experience on Precious. I don't give a damn about saying that.
Would you do what you wanted done for you, Tyler? It's real simple. Would you do what you would want done for you because you told David when he said his experience was wonderful, you said that was not your experience. And the question I would have, what did you experience with Monique and or I that made your interaction with us displeasurable, especially?
I see exactly where you're going. What made my interaction displeasurable is to have to try to navigate between Precious, Lee, Monique not wanting to do any national press without getting paid, having to navigate through all of that. That's where my problem was.
But Tyler, this is where we are though. I'm talking in real time. But when you understand, because you're again speaking about other entities and components besides Monique. What we're saying is what made it display. But what I'm saying to you is I want your experience based upon your understanding that Monique, as we told you then, that when you sit by and you say nothing when you know it's wrong, as you now say you know, and you agree, then what is the call really for, my brother?
What is it?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this because I spent way too much time here. I thought that this would be a quick call that I could just call and say how I felt and to absolutely wish you the best. The
But
only way this changes, I think the only way this changes, I think for you guys and where you are is this. I think Monique needs an amazing movie. She needs to be with a great director. And once the movie's done, it comes out. She gets all this kind of buzz. She gets all this that she did before, and then this thing goes away. That's the way this changes. It's got to be the right thing that comes along. Kind of some of the stuff that Octavia Spencer has been doing that comes along, or Viola comes along. She does that, and all of this goes away. I know that town and how it works. It's like, okay, oh, that was a moment that's passed. She's amazing. That was wrong. So what you're asking me to do right now, first of all, I'm not going to get into this right now because it's ugly and it's not.
You can build $1 million business and you don't need my money or anyone else's. No investor.
It's nasty, and it came from a comedy skit. I don't want to be a part of it.
What is ugly and nasty, Tyler, about saying? Because we're not talking about the comedy skit. You're obviously not hearing what I'm saying.
That's where it's all
No.
No.
Here's the thing.
You said chump change earlier. You said you don't want any chump change. Does that mean you do not want the money for pressures or what?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Because see, now what happens is the billionaire starting to come out.
Right.
Now what's happening is when you call and say, I didn't mean for this to take this long, brother, you called us. And see, what that said was when we first got the call, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. My heart skipped a beat because I said, okay, we get ready to talk to a real cat. The take is, I'm a billionaire and I ain't got time for this. And it ain't going the way I thought it. Wait, hold up, brother. Hold up. Because see, you'll start over talking. I ain't got time for this. And let me say this. And when you say chump change, here's the thing, baby. See, the community is involved right now. You know it and I know it, and everybody out there know it. The community is involved, and they want to see how it's going to play out. Because the
Or am I missing something?
I absolutely said that. Yes.
So the question I would say is, but
I didn't mean to spend this much time on it because just like you were there with your beautiful twins, I got a little boy, and I want to make sure when I'm off, that's where my attention is.
here's the thing. Then you shouldn't have made the call until you were able to talk. But the last question I would ask you, hold up. The last thing I want to ask you is this. It's real simple. If you said it was wrong, when do you speak up and say that it was wrong?
Okay, then that means telling my whole experience, which about how I feel about the whole thing. That means telling my whole experience.
Whatever you listen, but Tyler,
without explaining the whole situation.
Tyler, here's the thing. You are articulate. You is smart. Okay.
And you is kind.
And you is kind. Okay?
Listen to me. Listen, this ain't the billionaire. This is me. Yeah, cut all that out. This is me talking to y'all.
Then please talk to us, brother.
Talk to us real,
Then-
because
right.
all I'm saying to you is that
Listen to me. I told you how I think that this changes.
All right, you guys. So you heard Tyler Perry did say that he felt it was wrong to say that Monique was difficult to work with when she was being asked to do something that she was not contractually obligated to do. He did admit it was wrong, and it seems as if they were grilling him to get him to make that statement. Monique
Oh, I know she said that in her particular location, it was legal for her to record it. You saw that?
whatever.
Particular said it was legal for them to do that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, if you hinder somebody like that, I think you should pay them. That's my opinion. This is for educational entertainment purposes. Um, and Moon Goddess in her own mindset of me having my own mind, not being persuaded by anybody. So I just think that's if that's what she feels, nobody should tell her to stop talking about it. However long it takes, that's her. If she want to talk about it, I mean, I wasn't gonna look at the podcast, but I looked at the Shannon Sharp thing and I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. Um, she been standing on what she believes and that's how she feel. And I mean, I agree with a lot of the stuff she was saying. I mean, whether the husband is a manager, a leech, a lover, her soulmate, that's her business. And although I listen to content creators that's talking about the men and how we need to separate from men and how they're not capable of certain things of love and whatnot, and that's how you might feel, but everybody's not at that level, so we have to be able to harmonize with each other. And if I don't agree, if like me, I might feel that way, but that don't mean I gotta make somebody else feel that way. If they don't feel that way, then that's not me my job to control how they think or whatever. They got to get to that place, and we got to learn to work together. But I see a lot of the sisters, on the content creators with the bigger panels, they going against her and talking about how she's a pick me, whether she is or not. I don't know, but I know I'm talking about whether they blackballed her and owe her money. And I see that people do have a problem with her husband being with her. If he's her manager, I mean, I've been in the music industry. I know I had my husband everywhere with me. Maybe I was a pick me back then. Maybe that's what they thought I was or whatever. But he was my manager, so he was with me everywhere I went. He went into producing me and managing me full time. So how you gonna say the man ain't got no job, or was he supposed to work, or was he not working when she was struggling? I don't know their business or whatever. I don't know the whole details of it, but some of the content creators I would have thought would have been supportive, because when they went through certain things with certain people, like with people suing them for millions of dollars, their husband stuck by them, and I'm sure they didn't get a part-time job and stuff when the money was dwindling. So I'm just like, wow, like it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on with the women of color, but it's something going on, and it's been going on, and it's really sad. I don't know if they, if it may be hating, it may be the truth. It may be their truth, because my truth and your truth might not be the same. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed to me like if you don't agree with these content creators, then it's a problem. And I got my own mind. I always been on my own. I always been in my own lane. So I'm gonna agree with what I feel. Like it may not be right, but that's how I feel, and I feel like I should not be. What is it? Timed out for my opinions and stuff like that. So, because when it starts to get like that, it's a cult. So, it's just wild. But yeah, I was up there on the people chats and I was seeing how a couple of the women creators are talking about how she's such a pick me and she fat and she lazy and this and that, and I mean, that's just terrible. Like, I don't know if somebody in the chat said maybe they being paid. I'm not saying you gotta agree with Monique and she's perfect and all her intentions are pure, but come on now. We know for a fact they have gatekeepers in Hollywood. We have heard things about those people like the big producers allegedly about Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. I'm not saying we got to bury him or kill him, but even Taraji P. Henson came out and said how she was treated, with that production of and so that when Oprah didn't agree with her, so whether Oprah want to put that off on the Steven Spielberg or whatever, it's still, the way maybe they don't want to negotiate their contracts or whatever, I don't know, but everybody will be saying that woman will be saying all that for years, and it's no truth to it. I just don't like how I got on my own channel. I wouldn't care if nobody look at it because I don't like for anybody to try to control the way I think. I'm not gonna talk. You ain't my guy, so just because you're a content creator, I'm not gonna go on everything you say. And if that's the problem, then I don't have to look at the content. If I'm cool with agree with everything you say, just because somebody may be cool with somebody you don't like, nah. Well, because certain people don't deal with you. No, that ain't my problem. I look at this as entertainment and educational purpose. You know what I'm saying? And what's all this with choosing sides? Even with that Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion stuff, you got to always pick Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj, or Lil Kim, or Cardi B, or Megan Thee Stallion. It's always you got to get on somebody's side with our people of color. But with them, the other culture they pull together, they don't have this going on. No, they don't have none of this stuff going on. So I don't get it. It's just, it's crazy. It's just loud. And I'm gonna play, we're gonna go into this other thing about these rappers. And then I'm gonna get into, the stuff about politics. Mm-hmm. This is about the rappers, Sexy Red and that group. Share.
Sexy Red has her beady face buried deep in her rear end in public.
Bro holding his breath. He's smelling fish.
What is wrong with this world? Dude just like smelling her farts.
The crazy is being normalized lately.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, stone down dirty.
You trying to get me
Well, you asked me what's coming to mind.
And y'all all at dinner one night and you having a good time. And one day you get mad. You're like, Michelle, I hate you, Michelle. You get drunk, you mess up the whole night. You like, whatever. You Tariq, at least I don't eat. You like, what? What you talk about? Erica, you don't eat. You gotta put her on the spot. You told him I eat. Everybody was talking. I didn't know that it would come out like this. Now you gotta sit there with the you ate face. That's the you just ate face.
Anus and mouth. Ingestion by A through B. The human centipede.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. You know what, you polite savages? If it's waterproof, quacks like a duck, flies south for the winter, I'm going to go on and say it's a duck. And sometimes these ducks out here acting like they ain't got no common sense. What am I talking about? Text. An emotional magazine with 2.2 million views, with her baby's daddy had buried so deep in her posterior motorboating that he probably got really understand the definition of booty hole brown. So what are we doing here? At one point, we have to call it into the madness. We got to stand up and we got to say, hold on a second. I understand trying to get on. I understand trying to stay relevant. I understand performance art. This is none of that. This is just vulgarity. And honestly, no matter how much money she got, And she's going to be just like the rest of these modern struggle to find everything in your life. And that's why you are a failure. I can see the failure coming. First of all, Sexy Red, we all know that your 15 minutes is almost up. You cannot maintain this, and that's why you do ridiculous things. But the biggest thing is that y'all hide behind people who came in front of you doing outlandish things. But ask yourself a question. Where is the video of somebody with their head buried deep in Foxy Brown's butt? You can have a book out talking about something, that's one thing. But see, you can always put it on the guise of this is my job and this is my persona. But these fools live it. Ain't nothing Sexy Red is doing that's anything art-like or performative in this picture. What Sexy Red is doing with her middle finger up, trying to be somebody she's not, or if this is who she is, Lord help us, is just giving the extra chromosomal fools who tend to champion this type of behavior an excuse to say everything is okay. And these fools, you hear them screaming on the mountain, well, she's rich and as long as she's making her money, so your 30 pieces of silver is worth your soul. And this is the problem that we have with this.
Yeah, they said, did I sell my soul? Should I just tell them the truth?
Are you in love now, Sexy Red?
Yeah, with the money.
Pigeonhole that she's putting herself in. I see what happens when you sell your integrity for 30 pieces of silver. You see, because at the end of the day, that's all you really have is your word, ladies and gentlemen. All you really have is how you acted under duress, ladies and gentlemen. All you really have is not the come up, but how you came up and how you stayed there. You know, when 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying, a lot of y'all gonna die trying. And so now, even when you get there, you gotta stay. Why you think she's doing all this crazy stuff? She ain't got the talent to maintain. And she's putting herself in a situation where the only thing she's going to be able to do in the future is play hams, some stupid struggle reality television, or this 304 rap. And if that's good enough for her, then so be it. But the people around her, the people who claim they care about her, the people who are just leeching off of her, these energy vampires, what they should be saying, they should be telling her a way to make a pivot out of this 304 life, a way to make a pivot out of degrading herself, a way to make a pivot out of making her look utter and complete turn, especially as a mother, and they telling her that she needs to do better.
Free my daddy. Ride down for my shoot that fire for my I get on the stand and I lie for my shoot that fire for my
I think it's insulting to us as a culture and as a people.
I think it's going to come back to bite her and have long-term ramifications.
My gonna be home soon causing hell on the streets.
Y'all see us, period. We look good. Get ready to snatch your man.
Taking her man. Don't give a that I been.
Hey, y'all. Look my wig. Y'all, we still gotta add the got to be and stuff. Y'all, my wig is eating, period. Girl, look at mine. It's flat. It looks like it's really on. So I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm Lotto. I'm Bye.
Think you the you're not even the fuck going hard. I'm breaking their hearts like
the boys are liars. The boys are liars. It doesn't see you.
Horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. I'm playing them ballet music, and they are asking me, can we hear Pound?
Internet society is programming the youth and your children with its culture and the music they consume. This is downright sick and twisted and deplorable, as these impressionable kids are being exposed to these negative influences at a young age. These roles that your child is influenced by and obsessed over by the social media influencers bending over, twerking and grinding, busting it open online. Their development and social identity will be shaped by adopting these low vibrational values, behaviors, attitudes, and actions. The youth will mimic it.
あ、これ思い込みだった。こんな思い込みしてたんだ。
Mimic and imitate the fashion, speech patterns, and engage in certain behaviors influencers they admire.
They're going to automatically think a black girl wants it because of the imagery of Sexy Red. Black girls are going to start being molested at a rate that you guys have not seen like no other because of the imagery. Because little black girls is going to start becoming sexually explicit. They're going to be more like the music only.
Mostly about female artists. They are more social media entities than they are musicians. They're cosplaying as rappers. They're nothing but IG models. It's a bunch of twerkers. This is how trash y'all female rappers are. Ice Spice is about to be in the top 5, and it's off twerking and looks. Female rappers, you gotta judge them mainly by looks, because none of them are rapping. They ain't rapping about shit. They can't rap.
Female rappers are OFI.
You agree with that? Do you think that he's right? That they're mostly the strip club come to everybody now. So do you think that the new rappers are like really, you know, what he said? Like they seem to be like, maybe in my opinion, it's for educational spirit.
Money. It seems like a good lot of them are on the digital spicy work pipeline to selling their digital flesh, possibly even willing to sell their physical bodies to whoever can pay the highest price. The media is promoting and rewarding these female rappers and influencers.
They not telling no lies, because I found out, honey, when they go to Dubai and they talk about they can make 10 bands in a few minutes, you know what they doing over there allegedly. This is for entertainment, education, and spiritual purpose. They over there eating the daggone stuff that come out of the back end, honey. I ain't no way. I mean, I can't wash myself enough to get that out of my hair. Like, did you see what happened with that WWE? What's that man name? One second. I'm gonna let this play. Then I'm gonna tell you his name. But yeah, they selling that thing when they allegedly, from what I understand, when they up here doing all this stuff like that, like them rappers that's like exotic dancers and Instagram, and they twerking, they sell. That's how they make that. They be saying, I made 10 bands in 5 minutes, and they gotta do. Do you not realize how much they gotta do for that money? It's not. It's disgusting. It's stuff that I definitely couldn't do, honey. I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't wash myself enough. No wonder these people stay you know, sedated, because the stuff they have to do, well, they don't have to do it, but to keep up and to make that money and stuff. It was that wrestler, older man. He had that lady doing all kind of stuff. She put it in the document. She sued him recently. The WWE man is being sued. What's his name? Um, let's see. Vince McCohen resigns from WWE after allegations of SA. The lady he had put her as a CEO or something, and then his wife found out. But before the wife found out, allegedly, this is what I read in the article. Before the wife found out, that lady said he had her banging her out so bad with his friends and telling her, I just desire to see you with all these men all inside of you and every part of your body that you got a hole in. Said she was so bruised up, she was bleeding and couldn't perform, and said that they drug her in there and defecated on her, and she couldn't wash it off, and they messed with her for hours with the stuff on her and stuff, and then after they humiliate them, they give them these cars to go and buy these nice Birkin bags, and they go and go to spas. I couldn't watch myself about enough bags and forget that. That's oh no, no, that's a and these yacht parties. You know how when they say I was in a city water city. I ain't gonna say where I was, but I was in a on a vacation, and they got yacht parties where they invite. I didn't go, but they invite. You gotta be invited, and you gotta be in a certain like group or cult. So, but they told me that I would have to be around a little longer or whatever, because I was just visiting. I won't. I'm very particular. I don't. I be very safe when I'm traveling. I be very particular about the groups and stuff that I be around. I'll be around. If I be somewhere around strangers, I be in a group and lighting in a nice setting and stuff like that. And I don't even trust people I know. You know what I'm saying? You can't even trust family members and stuff. They'll set you up. But I know how to travel and I know how to be safe. But I didn't go on the yacht. But I had some friends too that have their own yachts. But this man was telling me about the yacht parties. Come to find out later on, them yacht parties, they get them out there in the middle of nowhere. Even that little girl from Disney, allegedly, they saying that her mama been pimping her out since she was yay high, going to those yacht parties and stuff like that. The little young girls, even the A-list celebrities, allegedly, this is for educational, entertainment, and spiritual purposes. They said even the girl was like 14. They said the younger the better, the mama. But she denies it though. Disney character. Yeah, yeah. P Diddy ain't the only one. He was out with his stuff and too. Him and the other guy, it was too flamboyant and just out in the open. But it's regular business.
And pushing raunchy lyrics, promoting indecent and obscene behavior, and kickstarting salacious conversations in the public eye. Growing up to be the next generation of sexy red Sukihanas, the next P-Hub spicy stars, OFIG Twitter X adult models that is pervasive online. When that starry-eyed girl becomes an adult female at 18 after already being exposed, shaped, and influenced by social media influencers, that young woman, in my opinion, will see the fast life, fast money lifestyle of these OFIG influencers and be tempted to sell herself and her digital flesh on the open market.
The pretty girls get in the industry. That's why I said Ice Spice is gonna last. She's cute. She's not arguing with people. She's not coming off as ratchet. Where even if the music career don't last, if she ever announce her only $5 million a day.
Do my little dance. I'm a brand.
Modern women are freely admitting it on social media that they have a price. Now, ladies, I know it's not all of you, but there's many of you that hint outrightly that there is a sticker price to your kitty cat and to your time.
If your man complains that you're expensive, just tell him that there are other girls out there in different price ranges and remind him that you always get what you pay for. If your man complains that you're expensive, just tell him that there are other girls out there in different price ranges and remind him that you always get what you pay for.
I got a fresh nigga give me tips. Think you the bitch. You're not even the boss.
The evolution of the modern woman, everybody. This is what the next generation of young girls and women are growing into. Chasing the bag. Going out there to secure the man of the month.
And that song is moving up on them charts. People love that song with them little slick lyrics she put in there like nursery school rhymes. Say you think you the it, but you ain't even a fart. So they like that song, and she up there they twerk. They be just twerking, and this used to be stuff that you go to the strip club to look at. You want to see this, and then now you don't have to go. You just get online and look at it. Children can get online and look at it too.
Most resources at money. The higher the status, the better the looks, the easier it is for you to get between those sheets or in his car's back seat.
Take a shot if you're willing to get shit on for some money.
How much money? You scared? Hey, how much money?
Wait, why the would you do that?
If a right price, what's the price? You said you're gonna get 700,000. What exactly do you want? Up and suck it up.
These ladies are out here in many shapes, sizes, face, and colors, willing to sell their soul and their bodies to the highest bidder. Usually, these women are never saying this out loud in public unless they actually belong to the adult entertainment industry. But now, celebrities and female rappers, this next generation, put about their escapades they are willing to do for money. There's always been women willing to sell their flesh for a fast. The key difference here is that many of those non-melanated ladies did this in private, and if it was in public, the public-facing spicy work ladies have.
You heard that? He said that the women that were of other colors, they would say that in private. They wouldn't just come out. Now our women up here talking about they will eat doo-doo for 150,000, and you know I heard Sukiana say on one show said that he can do doo-doo in her hair as long as he get it done afterwards. That's wow. I ain't judging nobody. I mean, it's always been women of the night, women of the hour. I ain't knocking that. I'm just saying how it's out here for the children to suck it all in. They're like, we always had exotic dancers and ladies of the night and, women that would lay for pay. I mean, that's been around since the beginning of time and probably even farther back than we care to think. I'm just saying how it's being pushed as something regular, this stuff. I mean, I remember it was years ago when I realized that my family was into that type of stuff, and I was like, you can't say me, because I got kids, I don't want to get it with my kids. I had a couple of bad ones and stuff, but you eat my dishes and put flour and all that, I would be supposed to do that. I was married for a very long time, we got freak on about this stuff, so I used to all that kind of shit. Even if they said bad over in the Bible, they said bad over in the Bible, I ain't doing everything. And I ain't gonna just do anything like that. It's educational things for everything. That's just me, my opinion. But yeah, I don't want to be living with around those kind of girls. In the medical field, shoot, that's so serious, man. It's all kinds of germs and feces and stuff. Yeah.
Films and in adult entertainment on social media. It's amazing how ladies like this are willing pawns and tarnishing their public image like this, joining the ranks of the women willing to sell their self-respect in doing this.
Expose Instagram girls who would be willing to go to Dubai to do doo-doo contracts. If you don't know what a doo-doo contract is, turning into porta potties, right? For like 20K and a weekend, some of these girls will do anything.
Hi, so I am agreeing to some activities such as a job and golden shower.
Hello, I understand your terms of prophilia and the statue, and I agree on it. Let's meet up.
Every single girl in that restaurant left the table that they were at to come back to our double penthouse. They're from all different countries. Like, how did they get here? Who were they with? And he was like, they're all mahi mahi. A code word that he had been throwing around for working women. Which one of these girls is here like working? And his answer, all of them. 1,500.
We later found out even like some people who are very well known have a price.
Very well known,
Have
George.
a price.
But they sell them. If you guys didn't know, they sell them.
But the worst part was that she also mentions doing the same things with the client's underage brother, only 13 years old, according to them.
Listen at this, boy. That trafficking ain't no joke. They said 13 years old, and listen, he said even the A-list, he talking about A-list celebrities, they even doing it. They get on them yachts and stuff, them yacht parties, and the people you wouldn't think that, the A-listers.
Model in return, she'd get $25,000 before she left and a further $25,000 after the deed was done.
I'm willing to come to Dubai. After that, we are having unprotected sex, and I will let Mr. lick the hummus of my feet. I will also his virgin brother, who is 13 years old. I will let him lick my and Anna pay me $50,000, and I can't wait to finally meet you.
Client from Dubai. After it was done, she would be paid £20,000.
All this fiber on.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention, get more followers, and drive more sales. They're engaging to watch, super sharing.
Fiber on board, you know, you're getting a good little meal in, and then you're like in somebody's mouth who's paying you $20,000 to do it. Like,
But what's so surprising about the video, though, is how casual the flight attendant is telling her the story. She insinuates that it happens all the time and that she's had similar, if less extreme, experiences. The practice clearly runs deep, and it's likely that it's been going on for a few years now.
Why are you over there beating your meat to these girls' pictures while they in a thong with someone else on the facts?
It's stories like these that give a glimpse into the true reality of being an influencer or a model in Dubai. You'll never know the lengths some people have gone to get there. Would a Chanel bag really be worth going through that? They pay models and other influencers insane amounts of money just so they can on them.
It's not a huge secret that women have been doing spicy work and grotesque things for pay. Pay for play has always been hush-hush and behind closed doors with NDAs signed. And if spicy content is out there for the public to see, usually minus doing those gross things, OFIG models and spicy workers, I'm including the ones on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, using these social media platforms as a way to market themselves and funnel the attention of men and boys to spend their money on these women's only hams account. But at the end of the day, those very same OFIG spicy workers will always have a negative stigma associated with them. That's the reality of it. If you do spicy work, yes, make your money, you fulfill basic needs, I ain't mad at you, but your public image is tarnished by societal standards. Maybe not said directly in your face because you know it's not politically correct to shame sexual promiscuity, but the negative perception remains.
They are women, and they are bitches. And I don't believe every woman got a bitch and none of that shit. I believe it's women and there's bitch. A woman that treats herself as a lady at all times, that's the one I'm attracted to. That's the one I want every time. But there's bitches out there. Even women know that. Women don't like bitch.
Just like Pac said, America eats its children. When you support music, you're going to get a sexy red.
Hip-hop has always been a powerful driver in U.S. culture, so I find it very odd that Sexy Red, Sukihana, Meg Thee Stallion, and others are making deviant behavior that is usually associated with ladies that do pay-for-play to become a normal thing where now young girls aspire to be like these women.
At what culture you are hyping up and embracing when it comes to female rap? They're all about objectifying themselves.
Why now are we promoting sexually deviant behavior of the adult entertainment industry in mainstream hip-hop culture when we know it will influence the masses, specifically the youth and the young girls out there? If this doesn't smell like an agenda, then I don't know what it is. But I know these ladies are willing to do whatever it takes for the money.
It's all about sexualized, hypersexual type of music. All of them are making music. What image you think these other women are sending?
No. Sexy Red is not going to do better. And her minions, the extra chromosomal fools who fuel her way, who pay for everything she wants, those modern women and those poo-rays and simps, they will continue to allow her and empower her to make an utter and complete fool out of herself and nature. And that, folks, is the biggest tragedy of everything.
Any nation that has an uncultivated woman becomes an uncultivated nation.
And that's all I got for you, polite savages. As always, like and subscribe and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom, we out. We found true happiness.
うちの院 LINE をどう使ったら効果ある？医療機関なら活用法1 LINE で問い合わせ対応を自動化
I gotta hear that again about what Farrakhan said about an uncultivated woman, honey. Gotta hear that.
Smell like an agenda, then I don't know what it is. But I know these ladies are willing to do whatever it takes.
It's all about sexualized, hypersexual type of music. All of them are making music. What image you think these other women are sending?
No. Sexy Red is not going to do better. And her minions, the extra chromosomal fools who fuel her way, who everything she wants, those modern women and those pookies and ravers and simps, they will continue to allow her and empower her to make an utter and complete fool out of herself and the culture. And that, folks, is tragedy of everything.
A nation that has an uncultivated woman becomes an uncultivated nation.
And that's all I got for you, polite savages. As always, like and subscribe and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom, we out.
True happiness.
Yeah, we're not gonna look at that interview. But yeah, it's a mess going on. I just wanted y'all to see that about how the rap industry has become with the females and the males. I ain't even gonna talk about them. With all that actual deleting they be doing, they be getting deleted, they be deleting each other, and then they get okays from the top of the that group or whatever that cult and insurance policy. It's just a man. I ain't gonna get into them. It's just a what have our people come to? Whew. Yeah, I don't know if we could ever stick together, boy. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be a purification or something like that, because some people people not gonna change. They're gonna have to be. I mean, they're gonna have to. It's gonna just have to start all over again. It look like I don't know. It's just sad. They can't not like they can't never pull together. It seems like people of color, but they waking up. Don't give up, people, because you have to go within and work on you and have pure intentions with things. Have the right heart, unconditional love, a pure heart, and stuff like that. And don't let nobody guide you and control your mind. Have your own mind and go within and discern things for yourself. Don't follow these content creators because they'll lead you right to hell. Don't even follow me. Go within and discern and vibe with God and your higher self and get your answers and your questions. Don't be led to the slaughter. Don't be no sheep. We done had that long enough in the Pisces era. Now we in the Aquarius era where you need to be for certain about what you want to do from within. Yeah, don't be influenced. Influence yourself. Now we're gonna look at this stuff about politics. Because people will lead you right to the slaughter. And I see a lot of these people falling out, houses divided against themselves. The moderators is fighting with the Oh, we'll look at a little bit of this. Oh wow, share.
Your damn homework, Shannon Sharp.
And the impact that it's had on you and your relationship with men.
Oh. Shannon trying to be a journalist. No. Shannon, I throw this look at you.
Okay, so this is the part where she is talking about how she got essayed by her brother. And you know, Oprah Winfrey, not only did Oprah Winfrey blackball her, she took her mother, brother, and dad, a whole family on the Oprah Winfrey show, but deceived her allegedly. This is for entertainment, spiritual, and educational purposes. Told her she was just gonna take a brother. Then Monique was like, "Yeah, go ahead, Oprah. He might have changed by now," but she didn't tell her the whole story that she was taking her mother and stuff up there. Now she said the other lady, Barbara Walters, I think I might be wrong about the name. This was a white reporter. She said the family reached out to her and she told Monique that she told them no because Monique had just got her Grammy, and the lady said, "I could not do that to you," but not Oprah, allegedly.
Did you see you trying to come up, Barbara Walters? Get off my brother. What impact? Wow. Remember when you said,
I don't even know how this popped up because I won't go and play it, but I guess somebody need to see it. I guess somebody need to see it. Then I'll get into the other one and I'm gonna get off here.
I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said Shannon Sharp don't mess with black women.
Mm-hmm.
And
before you go any further, can I say this?
Please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, "Boy, never chase a lie."
Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I've never said
Okay, so that's why I said
I got black kids.
That's what I said. I said them babies black.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna play it. Then I heard this content creator talking about how the man is allegedly into the lifestyle or whatever, gay or whatever. That's his business. I don't care. That's not, he ain't, what? It don't affect me in no kind of way. If he is or if he ain't. And I don't understand how you can, and if he not ready, what I'm saying, as long as the people that he deal with and he sleep with, that's all. I'm not sleeping with him. I'm not trying to. But they was like, oh, the women thought they could get to him, but he ain't even thinking about them. But you know what? That's his business. As long as he is not spreading no disease and he ain't hurt nobody, he being honest with his sex partners, then that's his business. I don't have no problem with it. Well, I tell you, this is sad. They really do have levels there when it comes to being gay versus men. I don't know. Especially people, they just all fucked up in the head. But you ain't gonna do with me. I'm not actually right because you got a problem with him. Everybody got a problem with him. And I like him being older because people don't do like that. And in times in my life when I had issues with people, and you supposed to be my bestie, be friends with the people still, and I'm supposed to stop talking to them. I'm supposed to stop talking to people that I'm like, but they ain't let nobody alone that offended me. But I'm supposed to be Jesus or something. And I never talk to them again because now I follow with them. But I don't get that same energy. Hell no, I'm giving the same energy that people give me. Straight like that.
They not confusing. Yes. We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that shit to mess with was black. Right?
Yes.
Black. Okay? So there's this thing with us that you can't tell us nothing. And oftentimes when a black woman has been traumatized, she's guarded. Now, you take a black woman that's been traumatized and now she got a little bit of money.
Still think that it takes money to make money? Bullshit. That's just what rich people want you to, that they can carry on making.
And you take black men, some of them, that is impressed with the money. So I can say to you what I want to. Not being totally disrespectful, but you know who's running this.
Yeah.
You know how we do this. Mm-hmm. I've always had an aggressive personality.
Yes.
I have always jumped with, if I think you trying to violate. So to say, what did that do to me? It made me like this. And it made me say, I'll get you before you can get me. Because I know what it's like to not be in control of what you're taking from me. Right. I know what it's like to be in a position where there's nothing I can do, right? So when it came to men, baby, listen, I had my share, okay? I'm not saying I was no whore, but I was close. Hey, come on now, Shannon, get back to me. Now get back to me and call me later. Call me later, Shannon. Call me later, baby. Come on. Because you a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime, you had your pick. It's no different for a woman. When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would pick them. Okay, you look like you could be.
But see, here's the thing. Now, Mo, all of a sudden, you being this fat black woman, it ain't a problem. Because I remember you said it was.
Well, let me say this.
First.
It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman, because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions. It is these new Negroes that get into, she gotta be this way, she gotta be that way. But real black men, if you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about? What you talking about? But what it did though was, and this is why I feel the way I feel about my husband.
Okay.
I remember him saying to me one night, because when we first got together, I was a handful, Shannon. And that's when I was really sick in the way that I thought. Right. And he said, check this out. You've used your brother molesting you as a crutch for your bad behavior. Oh. He said, and I won't allow that. He said, when you was a little girl, there was nothing you can do about it. But now as a grown woman, every choice and decision you make, it is yours. And I will not allow you to keep on saying because of my brother, because at what point do you take accountability for you? Baby, that grew me up, and that grew my ass up that night so fast, because I wanted to hear what my psychiatrist was saying to me. I understand. My husband was like, check this out. Check this out. You are in control of you. Every choice and decision you make, every one you lay down with, that was your choice. You've never come back to me and said you were raped. As a grown woman, you've never said that. So stop holding on to that crutch. Stop holding on to that victim. Because this happened to me. I'm mad for days, and I come up out of that. And when I went to the psychiatrist, right? Everything my husband said to me, the psychiatrist said to me. But he said, I needed you to go to somebody that had no dog in the fight, because I didn't want you to think I was judging you. I didn't want you to think that because I know the history, I'm pointing my finger. So when I would go to that psychiatrist, Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, she's incredible. Y'all want to know about red bottom shoes? Let me tell you somebody that's going to get your mind right. Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, this woman was incredible. But every time I would go to session, everything she said, my husband had already told me. So me and men, I had to come to grips with that. I had to come to grips with being an insecure fat girl. And I had to come to grips with my sister telling me, ain't no man gonna ever really want you because you're fat. I had to come to grips with my father was like, listen, I'm here, but I'm really not. I had to come to grips with those things. So my way of coming to grips with those things was, now I'm a boss. I'm independent and I'm empowered. Don't you know I run this? See, I too went to the Oprah Winfrey University of Empowerment. And you don't need a man to make it. Right. I signed up. Right. And I was at the top of the class till I realized I was going to bed empty. I was going to bed with nothing but stuff. I did not want to be the poor little rich girl who have everything but nothing at all. Don't that sound familiar? I did not want to be that, Shannon. So even for the men that I was with, right?
You weren't with them.
I wasn't?
No.
Okay, talk to me, Shannon. Let that liquor use you. I wasn't with them.
That was just a body for the lonely.
Liquor makes shit sound good, won't it?
Yeah, y'all go over there and check it out. I was thinking it was gonna be boring because I was like, what else can I learn about Monique? But it was actually interesting. It was really, really a good interview. It sure was. Definitely a good interview. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I've been up here for a little while, and I'm gonna get off soon. But I got to play this. Talking about these politics. Here we go. Uh-oh. Politics and how these women are power. She was letting them know how we got sisters in power and they ain't doing their job. You know, they choose to abuse power and kiss ass instead of doing what's right. And it's sad, you know, we can't keep talking about, oh, we can't take down our own people and we gotta sit by our people and our people ain't doing right. They gotta be called out too. You know what I'm saying? They know that people, they can put something down to the other folks. Testing. I don't know what happened. Oh well. I don't want me doing this. I'm gonna do this and get on out of here.
They hate capitalism, but they love to use us and live off of capitalism while they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric.
All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're tuning in. I'm grateful to have you here. And we got a doozy today. This woman just went off in all the best ways possible and destroyed the leftist narrative. Absolutely eviscerated it. So I had to share this one. I once said, and some after video rolling, let's get it popping.
The Democratic Party, they promote Black women. Particularly if she's a lesbian. Yes. They promote Black women who are not even qualified. We have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, Black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them handouts. And you're pushing Black women who are not qualified. Dr. Claudine Gay of Harvard. Now the head of diversity at Harvard is also accused, if I have it correctly, of plagiarism. And we'll get to Fannie Willis, who was elected as a DA in Fulton County, Georgia, primarily because she's Black, in my opinion. And we've seen case after case. But the Black man, where is he? That's done deliberately. And it started really in the 60s, where the Democrats pushed policy, right, that said to women, particularly Black women, you don't need a man in the home. We'll give you more money if you're single. And I grew up in the 70s and I saw the effects. I saw it in the 80s, the broken home.
Now I agree with some of the stuff she's saying, but that thing about the man in the home, some of them men were so beaten down they couldn't handle it, so they didn't want to be in the home. And some of them women did have them in the home. They hid them and stuff. They hid them and they had to sneak in and different stuff like that. But some of the women just, the men, it's like they broke them after Martin Luther King assassination and Malcolm X. Those men, it's like they were buck broken by then. It seemed like I don't know if it was the recreational abuse of recreational substances or their mentality and whatever, just feeling like they couldn't rise above racism or whatever and the loss of jobs, but they just seem like a lot of those men, it seemed like back then they was just out there, lost in translation. But I do agree with a lot of the stuff she's saying. It makes a lot of sense.
Now it's more dysfunctional home where you have some women with 8 children by 5 different fathers. They don't know who their fathers are, in and out. It has almost destroyed the Black community, but they're doing it in a different way now. They're promoting Black women and want Black men to be down here. And I think Black men sense that, and they know that Trump relates to them. They relate to Trump very well. The evil Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is a foot soldier.
Oh yeah, for the globalists.
Globalist elite.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, globalist.
Barack Obama was a plant.
Yes. He was. And now they want to put
Barack Obama was a plant. He did nothing for the Black community.
Nobody even knows who he is.
Did he ever come back to Chicago with as much crime to talk to young Black men? He doesn't give a damn. Barack Obama is a curse on this nation. So is Joe Biden.
I think it's a Black. Yes.
We provide the money for his Marxist socialist programs, pushing abortion in Africa and other things. He didn't care about us.
No.
He didn't care. That gave rise to Trump because Trump actually listened to us. He actually cares. Many of us, it was bad. At least Bill Clinton BS that said, I feel your pain. But at least he said it. Barack Obama didn't give a damn. He should have never been elected. Before he was elected in 2000, he got elected in 2008. My mother sent, may God rest her soul, letters to Black churches, warning them about Barack Obama, saying he was so ungodly. I said, Mom, that's harsh. She wrote it anyway. And everything my mother said, may God rest her soul, was right. He hates this country, but he wants to live off the fat of the land. Like the founders of Black Lives Matter, they don't give a damn about Black people. They didn't have to spend one dime to help build a Black business. But these lesbians, they bought homes in predominantly white neighborhoods. Yes. See, they say they hate capitalism, but they love to use us and live off of capitalism while they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric.
So right. They got you in a
Black community. They put us in danger. No, not all Black people are drug dealers or this or that, but you're harming the average Black who lives in an area that is high crime. When you talk about defund the police, and we saw the other day in New York City, where you have illegals beating up NYPD officers. That went viral. But under Trump, something like that would have been dealt with immediately. He would have spoken out immediately. Alvin Bragg, from what I understand, helped them to get out.
No bail.
Yeah.
They got their
No bail.
Yeah, no bail.
There is a concern among Democrats that the vote for Trump is hardening within the Black community. It's solidifying. It's not just a fancy. And I think Democrats, both Black and white, liberals, they're panicking. Some of the reasons why Blacks, particularly Black men, are drawn to Trump is that he puts America first. He puts Americans first. We see that Joe Biden and his administration, they're now in this battle with the state of Texas to cut down the barbed wire. We, ladies and gentlemen, have essentially an invasion of our country going on.
Great.
Black people are waking up. All you have to do, I would recommend, if you want verification, go on YouTube. Black residents in Chicago. Type in Chicago, Black people, immigrants. They are fed up. Black people are now feeling the effects. You know, when these liberal mayors, we want to be a sanctuary city, New York, LA, even Newark, New Jersey. We want to be a sanctuary city. But you see, they don't put the illegals where Nancy Pelosi lives, where the elite live. They put them with us. And I'm not anti anything, but it must be done correctly and fairly. I mean, the hypocrisy of these leftist liberals is stunning.
That was together.
That man said that was gooder than chicken. Yeah, I agree with some of the stuff I did, but majority of the stuff she said I agree with. I mean, you got Fannie Willis, and then you got the lady in what's that city? This is for entertainment, spiritual, education purpose. They all take embezzle money and what is it, smuggle it or whatever. But it's bad when you got our people that know better, and they know they ain't gonna get away with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They might get by, even with these people in the industry that's been doing all this crazy stuff. Now they being exposed. It's because of abuse of power. You can't abuse power no matter what color you are, because it's really not a such thing as skin color. It was all created. It's an illusion. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we being tested. We've been being tested, and the people that's gonna rule in this golden age and this Mahartha era is gonna have to understand and have to be able to have balance and not abuse power and be righteous rulers, as Sister Myra said. As Sister Myra says, righteous rulers. Yep. What's that lady? What's the other lady name? I should have put her picture up here. What's her name? Tiffany something out there in is it Ohio somewhere? Got it in my history. It's Tiffany somebody. What's that? And you might say, well, she just talking. I'm talking about everybody. But yeah, my focus is on the people of color tonight. But I come for everybody. This one right here.
If you don't live in a really dense urban area that can support having a Whole Foods,
It's sad.
you're kind of out of luck. And for millions, unfortunately,
I'm about to play it too, and then I'm going. Doo.
And I try to stop making videos about her, but unfortunately, we all know about Tiffany Henry. And I try to stop making videos about her, but I just can't stop. I
continue and continue and continue. And the reason why is because she keeps messing up. Now, again, the mayor from Dalton, Illinois, is basically running what I would consider a dictatorial. She's running a dictatorship. She does whatever she wants to do whenever she feels like it, and without fear of retribution. It doesn't even matter if she goes viral every week. It doesn't even matter that we make videos about her. She does not care. If whoever comes in her way, they are going to be punished. And this is another slap to Black Democratic leaders in cities who feel like because they have been elected, they do not need to be accountable to their Black constituency, usually African Americans who help them get into office. But on another note, rewind! You see, guys, there is a situation that's going on right now in the city of Dalton. Now, this particular situation that I'm talking about has to do with the mayor.
キャッシュレスって事務作業が面倒。バラバラの売上入金が手間、帳元の手間、大変ですよね。
Spending a lot of money. We know that the city is $7 million in debt. That is true and true indeed. However, Dalton, Illinois is right outside of the city of Chicago. And that being the city that we're discussing brings about certain challenges. What challenges does it bring, you might add? I'm glad you asked that question. Well, because the city of Chicago is going through a particular transition with illegal immigrants, the city is under certain pressures because of the mayor's mismanagement of funds. It also means that the city cannot protect themselves for allegedly these migrants coming into the city that could not get housing and may be causing crimes. Let's look to Trustee Belcher and we'll hear what she has to say.
Everyone knows and has seen what's going on with migrants coming to different communities and kind of like taking over in so many words. Right now, I just feel that the village of Dalton, we don't have the resources for the migrants. We don't have the locations, and we definitely don't have the public safety as reference to police to man type of individuals that may come in, not to stereotype anyone, but individuals that may come in and we can't control the narrative or the situation. With the unscheduled buses, as other South suburban communities have done, they were giving the buses fines if they were dropping them off or making them leave. Now, I don't know, and I guess that's why it's for discussion, because we would have to look into how are they fined, what the fine is, and if a bus does come to drop off, do a drop off, how do we regulate them leaving with just by our ordinances? So it has been it's through a lot of different communities. We just don't have the resources. I know a lot of people, they need homes, they need shelter, they need things that some of us need also. But we don't have the resources as a community right now, especially with our financial situation also. They'll put that burden on the community. So if we can just start implementing some type of regulations to stop the buses, then we can start putting in place so we don't have more squatters than we already have in those type of issues.
But then again, the mayor, Tiffany Henyard, has two jobs. One is a very high position in Thornton Township. So while the crime in the city is sometimes high, there was a shooting, gunshots! Yeah, there was a shooting that left 4 people injured just a few days ago. The police do not have the ability to respond because the mayor is using police details, a larger police escorts to serve herself instead of serving the residents of the town that she's the leader of. And the ex-police chief in which she fired is going to expose it right now.
A former South Suburban police chief is blowing the whistle on the embattled mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard.
Yes, Fox 32 has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands of dollars in overtime.
And now the former chief is talking about it exclusively to Fox 32's Dane Placco.
Yeah, Mayor Henyard fired her chief of police late last year without any approval from the village board. So now Robert Collins has filed a lawsuit against the village. And tonight he's talking exclusively to Fox 32 about what he saw on the inside.
The manpower was just very stressed and critical to the point of almost breaking, having to provide officers on the detail rather than have officers out patrolling the streets.
Former Dalton Police Chief Robert Collins spoke to us from Florida, where he's taken a new job. But he says he remains frustrated by what he...
So what he's saying is, instead of being on the streets performing their job, they had to patrol her like guard her like she was the president, and she taking a lot of funds from these people and not even paying the vendors and stuff. The money is going to her personal uh, pursuits or whatever she wants to do, as far as having to have um, personal items and makeup and security and stuff like that. It's not going to paying the vendors and protecting the people of the Illinois, the little city that she's mayor in and everything. She hasn't done any of the things she told the community she was going to do, and I think those black people voted her in. We have to stop voting for people based off of skin color and if we like them and if what they say is nice and make us feel good like a preacher. We have to start using our heads and our spirit and using discernment to vote people in that have policies that are aligned with what's best for us and our community and our families.
He experienced leading an undermanned, overworked police department. Demanded a large personal security detail.
Wrong is wrong, and there's a time.
補助金を取り扱いたいし、事業コンサルタント必見。在宅率高い申請書を書くため。
Time to hold people responsible and accountable for their actions.
Last year, Fox 32 investigated Henyard's detail, following along as Dalton police officers drove her from morning till night, often to her second job as Thornton Township supervisor in South Howland, racking up hundreds of hours of overtime, costing taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars.
We needed those officers to be on the street fighting crime. And instead, we have several officers that are riding around protecting America.
At least 2 and as many as 4 officers at a time, he says. Collins says the security detail was warranted when it started in 2021, after a police-involved shooting sparked protests in the community.
And at some point, the protests stopped. The things going on around the protests all eventually stopped. However, the detail continued.
But now he says it's turned into more than just security. Officers are being used as Henyard's personal valets.
Officers would be sent out to run errands, to do pickups, to do drop-offs.
Just last week, a mass shooting on Sibley Boulevard in Dalton left 4 people injured. Collins believes the bad guys know there aren't enough cops on Dalton streets.
But Village of Dalton has its challenges with gangs, guns, and drugs. And if those officers aren't there, the visibility isn't there. And if the visibility isn't there, then criminals have free reign.
Now, earlier today, we sent an email to both Mayor Henyard and the chief administrator here at the Village of Dalton, outlining the allegations made by the former chief, asking for a response. So far, we have not received one. We'll have much more on this story tonight at 9. Live in Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
Oh yeah, isn't that great? You see, I really want to have a discussion about this.
Well, we see, it's a lot of abuse of power going on, and it's sad that we got women. It's not just the men, it's the women too. It's not male or female. It's time for a change, and it's time for a change. We can't let people have a free pass. In my opinion, this is for entertainment, spiritual, and educational purposes. Can't let people have a free pass just because of their skin color or if they're a woman or a man. We have to stand up and look for a savior in ourselves and a leader in ourselves and make the right decisions and put people in office that align. Hell, run yourself. Run for. Some of us need to be running for office because we know what to do and how to implement programs and clean everything up. And it's like I said, we in the era now, the righteous rulers, and the system is being destroyed and dismantled and coming down, and those old programs are being, deleted and destroyed, whether they like it or not. It's a spiritual shift going on. So yeah, it's just, we gotta, even if we like people, we gotta call, we gotta call it out. Call wrong, wrong, right, right, and balance it all out. I just had to come up here because I'm like, I'm just not about to get in these agendas and because you don't like this person and I can't speak my opinion. I can go on my own page, my own channel, and talk to nothing but the spirit, but Big Mama and my ancestors. If ain't nobody gonna listen, at least I got a voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own shit. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not getting with any agendas. I'm trying to observe and judge myself and put myself through the process of being a righteous ruler within my sector and within my soul and within my group. So, yeah, I don't have time for these agendas and this divide and conquer mess. No, I really don't. Although I like a lot of the people and stuff that's famous or whatever, I'm not even co-signing with none of that stuff. But I just hate to see what I saw tonight. I mean, it's not the right energy. It's not the right energy to you got a couple of content creators, and it's probably more. I just ain't go on their channels. They up there trying to talk still like the rest of them did, talking about this woman husband. Yeah, I don't know what he is. He could be a bad person. I don't live with him, but you need to clean up your own house. And you need to figure out what you got going on. I'm sure if somebody digging your shit, it's not gonna be squeaky clean and perfect. You probably got some stuff going on in your relationship. So that's all I got to say. This is Moon Goddess 777. Support our organization, My Yard Simple of Healing and Unconditional Love. You see all my information, contact information in the description box. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back up here soon.